Tom, 2 weeks to go till the start of the 2025 season. Are you looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to it. It feels like the season ended both yesterday and about a year ago. It feels really strange. Testing's gone well. We've done lots and lots of roundies, done lots of driving in circles. Car feels good. We've made some improvements, and actually, that is probably why it feels like a year ago, because we started testing like a week after the last round.
Oh, really?
So we did a 3-day test at Anglesey. That went really well. That went really, really well. That was when we sort of announced the Team Vertu link as well, the sort of the new name for the 2025 season. So that was cool. And then obviously testing has done with all the official sessions and all the official tests that we've done so far has been good. So yeah, feeling good shape. The cars are feeling massively different now with the hybrid system removed. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really fast year. I think we're going to see like that records broken every single circuit we go to, unless it's wet, obviously.
Everybody is saying that the cars are much more nimble, obviously, and that suits certain drivers more than others. But also, it's going to allow for later braking, doesn't it?
I think the racing will be improved because of it. Yeah, of course. It just means the cars feel more alive. They feel more like a race car, which is ultimately what we want to do. I'd like to make him another 60 kilos lighter. In fact, I'd like to make him another 200 kilos lighter. But I think for the immediate, I think it's a nice place to be with it. That we've got race cars back again, and I think the racing will be improved with that. The tyre strategy thing will be the thing that makes or breaks your season, I think. There might be an argument to finish fourth every single race this year, and that's probably the way to go, rather than having the penalty of a win and then a 12th. But we'll see how it plays out.
It isn't the case that you have to win every time, is it? You've
Yes,
got to be.
of course you have to win every time.
Nice to win every time.
Winning's cool.
We've talked about this. Consistency is the key.
Consistently win everyone. That would be great.
Come second.
You got it. You're absolutely right. I think it'll be another case of consistency over the course of the year. 30 races is a lot of races. You want to try and make sure that you are at the front or at the sharp end for every single one of those, but it never really works out that way. You'll always have at least a handful that don't quite go your way. So just staying fairly level-headed, I think, is the thing that makes or breaks this championship. Not getting too emotional, staying fairly level-headed. You can have a good one. You're probably going to have a bad few. So just sort of just got to ride the wave of it over the course of the season is the important bit.
We're going to see some of the lap records tumble.
Yes,
without a shadow of a doubt. Also, the potential for more of the rounds to see qualifying putting less than a second across the whole grid. You know, it's normally just a couple of rounds, but is that going to extend? Does that make it harder? Is it going to be harder work for you as a driver this year?
I think we've all optimised the cars over the last couple of years for the excess weight. We've obviously lost that weight, but haven't immediately found lap time because of the cars feeling totally different. And actually, in some cases, the cars feel worse when you've taken the weight out because you're that optimised with it. And that was the case for us. When we first started, the car felt worse. I was all for bolting the weight back in it, to be perfectly honest with you, making the car feel good again. So it's just a case of point that you've just got to nibble away at it. But I think you're right. The racing will be close. We know that. I don't think it will necessarily be any closer than we've ever seen it because we'll all be optimised to that point anyway. But it will certainly I think the tyre strategy is going to be the biggest thing. That sort of top 3 tyre strategy will be the thing that we notice the biggest variation in position and point swing over the year.
Is it more or less likely, do you think, that it will go down to the classic round?
I think we can all bet on it that's going to be an almost certainty.
We know that Alan likes that. But I mean, there is always that chance that somebody might just sew it up a bit earlier. Is that likely this year or not?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't think it was going to happen in 23, and Ash proved us all wrong. Yeah. So you can never rule it out. Of course, you can't. The championship gets closer and closer every single year. I think we can be fairly confident to say it's going to be a tight battle all year. I'd like to think that it will go into that final weekend with 3 or 4 probably in realistic contention, but it'll probably be 8 or 9 that could go into it in the mix. Yeah. But we'll see, and until we get to that first qualifying Until we get that first race weekend out of the way, we just don't know. But it's then the second race weekend that's the important one, because we're obviously all going to have a full deployment of boost for the first qualifying session and the opening race. Really, you start to get into knowing the pace of everybody when we don't have that boost that we've got. So that'll be the interesting thing. I feel fairly level for the season ahead. Honestly, I feel very relaxed. I feel very calm. I feel probably in the knowledge that we've worked hard over winter and it feels good. I feel in a good place mentally. I feel in a really, really good place physically. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to get it cracking.
You're in that. I saw it referred to on social media recently. You're in that elite group. Somebody referred to. So the people, you're one of the ones who are expected to be at the front. You're expected to be in that fight come the end of the season. But there's some quick new talent on the grid this year, isn't there? I mean, just looking at the, Croft testing we don't necessarily need to take everything from that. But some of the new drivers coming in, they've got a bit of speed there, haven't they?
I think everyone has their place on the grid for a reason. I don't think there's anyone that you can look at and say, they don't deserve to be there. Everyone's fast. You look at the talent from the mini challenge, from the mini paddock with Max. You look at the Porsche paddock with Charles. You look at drivers who are moving teams. With Darrell, there's so many names that I could rattle off immediately before we start looking at Josh going back home, if you were to call it that, and all the other bits and pieces that make up the season, before we even throw in Gordon Shedden coming back. So there are so many unknowns as the season is gonna roll. A lot of unexpected surprises and some expectations that we would like to think that Ash will be at the front. We'd like to think that Josh, that Jake, I'd like to think myself and the Dans and Tom and Adam and all the others. The list is that I could list the entire grid, and I think we'll see a lot of winners this year.
Absolutely, you're looking very relaxed. You mentioned that before. Nice tan you've got there, even away.
Costa del Coventry.
A Coventry suntan.
Costa del Coventry, yeah.
Wow.
It's, I've been building vegetable beds.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not very straight.
What are you growing? What are you going to grow?
Vegetables.
Excellent. Any particular ones? Because you could only...
tasty ones.
Yes, you could do brassicas, I suppose, this time. Or you could do salads and things for now,
Sorry,
for
what?
the summer. Right, you need to go to
No,
Gardener's
what did you
World.
say?
Like brassicas.
Oh, broccolis.
There's a whole range of them, isn't there? Somebody will write in now and say there's more.
Broccolis? Broccoli.
Broccoli. Can you conjugate the verb to brockle?
Is it broccolis or broccoli? What's a multiple of broccoli?
That's a very good question. Write in to
we need somebody.
Tom Ingram.
Is there any PR here? Is there anybody in PR? Who does PR here? Is it broccoli or broccoli? Multiple broccolis. Is it broccolis or broccoli? Broccoli. I was going to grow multiple of broccolis, and then it sounded wrong. We're just Googling it, by the way. Hold the line, caller.
Okay, fair enough. So what's got you into gardening?
Hang on a minute, Steve.
Okay.
The answer's coming in.
In on the wires. They're the media team. They won't be able to spell broccoli, will
That's
they?
a good point, actually, yeah. I can't imagine they have to write it that often. Broccoli. Okay.
Good.
So I'm planning on growing lots of broccoli. And broccoli. And maybe some carrots.
Excellent.
Some sprouts.
You become green-fingered.
Yeah. I am planning on cooking a Sunday roast from the garden.
In a barbecue, and I know because you told me at Autosport,
using the big old Barbie.
You've got a smoker.
I've got a big old Traeger. It's a beast of a thing. I cooked Christmas dinner on it. I've been cooking all sorts on it. I'm a big old Traeger Ironwood XL. It is a beast of a thing, and I am in love with it. And it is the garden has actually been designed around it. I'm doing vegetable beds. I've done a patio, and I've done all sorts down there. And it's been the barbecue has sort of played centre stage, if you were to call it that.
You're going to bring us any of this barbecue?
Well, the beauty of smoked meat is that it's enjoyed amongst friends.
So you're saying you're not going to bring me any?
Of course. But however, it might be cold by the time I bring it to you. See, that's the only problem.
I don't mind. Cold meats are good for me.
That's the only problem.
Tom, really good to see you back. You look like you're in a really good place.
Thank you very much.
For this season. The very best of luck. We will talk throughout the season, no end, as we always do. But as you know, just to round off, we always have a little bit of fun.
A quiz.
Yeah, a quiz as usual. For which there are some right answers, but there we go. So
what's the winning score at the minute, please?
Oh, wait, it isn't quite like that. Although there is one particular supplementary question which I might ask you because you're good at this. So, numbers 1 to 5, choose your first number.
3.
Do you have a middle name?
No.
Are you telling the truth? Because I know somebody who won't tell me their middle name on the grid.
Right, okay. No, I think I had, and they won't mind me saying this, I think I had incredibly lazy parents. Can you believe I'm not even Thomas?
You are actually Tom.
I'm literally Tom. Tom.
Yeah.
No middle name. I can only assume the pen ran out of ink or something when they were writing it down.
That's a good point. Choose another number, 1 to 5.
2, please.
What was the last book you read?
I struggle with reading books, I'll be honest with you. Probably a menu for a restaurant.
Nice. I'm going to ask this one anyway. Are you
Number 1, please.
Are you a good passenger in the road car?
No, awful.
Really?
I get motion sickness.
You're the third one to say that.
I get motion sickness. So I get really sick if I'm on a train. I get sick if I'm in a boat. I get sick if I'm on a coach, plane, anything. I feel really queasy and horrible.
That's not so good. No. The quiz bit. Come on, you like these things.
Oh, yeah, I do like a quiz.
Yeah. So, 67 years the British Touring Car Championship. 12 drivers.
67, is that what it's up to now?
Yeah. 12 drivers have had back-to-back championship wins. Can you name 5 of them?
No.
Okay.
Gordon Shedden.
Yes.
Ashley Sutton.
Yep. Don't have to rush you.
No.
I don't think we've paid the copyright money for that.
Oh, sorry.
Tune, but as you sang
I
couldn't recognise it.
I'll add another. I can't. My mind's formed a blank.
Your time's run out. Colin Turkington.
Oh, yes, of
Giovanardi for Brett Giovanardi. Matt Neal, Chris Hodgetts, Andy Rouse 3 times.
Matt Neal did it. I thought there was a year between it. But
I think no. Somebody's going to write in now and say I'm wrong, but that was what I read.
Sorry for being rubbish at that.
No,
that was a bit useless.
What you lack in quiz ability, you
Number
make up for
5.
in driver. You can have yes. All right. What year did Jack Sears win the first BTCC championship?
It's been a lovely to chat to you. It really has. It has
good
been
to
really
see you.
good.
Have a good season.
Was it 1958?
It's bang on the money. You've redeemed yourself. Well done, Tom.
Thank you.